And the question is, what are some of the different levels or depths of meditation, and how can we achieve them?
Interesting question. Of course, we can talk about different steps in the meditation, but the steps are not so clearly separated from each other. So you find in the description different steps, different descriptions of different steps. But in my understanding, in general, I would usually work with 4 steps to describe 4 steps. And the first step is to find inner peace in a quiet moment, to focus and to have a certain mantra or a certain image or a question in your consciousness, in the focus of your attention inwardly. Mm-hmm. That's the first step. The second step is to explore this question or this topic or this mantra from different points of view. You could say the first step is after the preparation and the quiet space that allows you to be fully present, fully awake, and at the same time focus your attention inwardly, so not being engaged in the outer world sense perception, you could say, letting go of the sense perceptions of the outer world, and then be very focused on this content of your meditation is the first step. The second step is to explore this from different points of view. And it takes inner flexibility, it takes your active thinking, feeling, and will activity to explore this further. And then we enter into the stage of contemplation, you could say. So this contemplation means that you explore the meditation or the subject of your meditation from different perspectives. And it is important to be able inwardly to have different perspectives at the same time in your consciousness. And then you can go further into the stage that I would call the true meditative state. And that is when you can let go of everything that you have built up yourself as a content of your meditation, your thoughts, your feelings, your will intentions, your perceptions, but let go of them and at the same time stay even on a deeper level of concentration and openness and a deep listening quality, you could say, so that you can listen deeply to what this spiritual truth or essence that you have encountered in your meditation now speaks to you. And this, when there is this quality of being perceived, being and at the same time witness yourself, a kind of a revelation of the truth in it, then you can say you're in the deep state of meditation. And it takes practice to go from one step to the other. And Rudolf Steiner has given clear indications how you could take these steps one by one, and by practicing, make yourself familiar and at the same time capable of doing so. And then how long does it take to go from one step to the other? It depends on the talent that you have. It depends on the circumstances that you are in. It depends also on the exercises that you have done before or what you have learned in your life. And so it's hard to tell. It's different for everyone, you could say. Mm-hmm. But it's a safe and it's a clear path that is described well, and that we know people who are familiar with. We can introduce others into this practice. So I think everyone can learn it. Mm-hmm. So, and it goes by practicing too. It's in this short time not so easy to explain what are the different exercises or the different practices that you can use to come further on this path. But yeah, it's possible to describe it clearly and to practice, and it's also nice to do this with colleagues together, so that you can learn from each other and also learn how it is for someone else. Maybe learn about a new approach or another point of view or a perspective. So it's an interesting schooling path, you could say.
Mm-hmm. Would you please summarize again these 4 steps, just in the short version?
So it's a preparation, so that you can let go of the outer sense perceptions and turn inwardly in a quiet mood of full concentration, and then focus on a mantra or an image or picture or a question, the content of your meditation. That's the first step. And the second step is that you deepen this concentration, but then begin to look at it from different perspectives, so that you have an inner capacity to be flexible and the possibility to in a way let go of one perspective, of a one-sidedness, of a one-sided approach, and that you practice different perspectives at the same time. And also there in this stage itself, of course, you can learn by doing to go deeper and deeper into this phase. Mm-hmm. And then the letting go of all that you have, so to say, built up yourself, brings you in the next phase. And that is then the phase where I experience this quality of encounter, of I am, it's the words from Jürgen Schmidt that I will remember the rest of my life. He said the first spiritual experience that you will have in a meditation is that you are witnessed, or that you are perceived by a spiritual being that knows you better than you know yourself. And this experience is for me a clear experience that you are now in an encounter with a spiritual truth or a spiritual being, and that there's a kind of a dialogue unfolding where on the one hand you can learn from this spiritual being or truth, and at the same time, by doing so, you can also learn about yourself. What are your capacities to be connected, to be familiar, to integrate this new insight or this new point of view?
Thank you very much. Thank you. Thank you, Bart.